Raul Asencio's name has gone from the quiet printout at the back of the team sheet to the headline that could upend a season. What began as steady, patient work in training turned into minutes on the... Suddenly, in the space of days, a very public temptation arrived. An offer from clubs in Saudi Arabia, reportedly large enough to double the salary he currently earns at Real Madrid. That's not just a number on a contract, it is a life-altering fork in the road. For a player who has been praised for his attitude and who fits into Xabi Alonso's rotation plans, the decision is tangled between two truths. Earning power in the Gulf is now astronomical, and staying in Europe at a club like Real promises growth, exposure and a different kind of legacy. Asencio has been on a trajectory that earned him senior call-ups and growing minutes, signs that he's not just a squad hand, but a developing first-team option under Madrid's managers. Inside the club, whispers have already turned into strategy sessions. Madrid's hierarchy is well aware that young assets need to be secured, which is why contract talks and renewals around promising players have been a recurring theme this year, and why the idea of losing someone who can plug into the centre of defence sits uncomfortably with sporting planners and where coaches. Reports suggest Real Madrid have moved to extend or improve deals for emerging players to avoid exactly this kind of poaching from outside Europe. From Asencio's point of view, the math is simple and brutal. Double the money means immediate financial security for him and his family, and a long-term contract in the Saudi setup would likely include benefits that a young player in Europe can only dream of. But the counterweight is professional development. Minutes in La Liga, Champions League nights, training alongside world-class teammates and learning under a coach who values rotation can accelerate a career in ways that pure cash cannot buy. The window for these offers is tight. Transfer markets and golf clubs operate on timelines that create pressure, and that pressure favours quick, pragmatic answers. Agents are doing the necessary arithmetic, club executives are balancing sporting plans with financial realities, and fans, as they always do, are split between outrage and empathy. Some supporters frame any move as betrayal. Others point to a modern football economy where talent is a commodity and players are understandably thinking about their futures beyond the pitch. The bigger story is not just about one player's wallet or one club's depth chart, it's about an evolving market where golf investment has shifted bargaining power and forced traditional European strongholds to rethink how they nurture and retain talent. If Asencio accepts the Saudi offer, the immediate headlines will be about the money and Madrid's supposed loss. In the medium term, reporters will ask whether that move helped or hindered his development. If he stays, the story becomes one of patience paying off, an example of Real Madrid keeping a developing talent and trusting their process. Either outcome sends a message to young players who are weighing weathered tradition against glossy paychecks, and to clubs that must choose whether to match offers or double down on development. For now, the clock is obvious. A market that remains open only for a limited period means decisions will be made under stress, and the weeks ahead will show how much value is placed on immediate financial reward versus long-term sporting ambition. Coaches will keep their rotation plans in check, agents will push the leverage, and Asencio will sit with the question every player dreads: what do you value most at this moment in your life and career? There's no clean answer, only consequences, and whichever path he picks will reverberate beyond his own biography. It will be a data point in the story of how modern football is reshaped, one contract at a time. Fans are watching every second, pundits are sharpening their takes, and the club that keeps him will hope their faith is rewarded with performances that vindicate patience. The club that signs him will hope the investment yields leadership and stability on the pitch. And Raul Asencio. He has to choose between a payday that promises security and a climb that promises legacy, a choice that will define a season and possibly a career.